I think so. We talk about our basic script, and you're going to get hit with objections. I think when we talk about the first script, we're running with the script. First thing is performing the script. If you sound like you're reading the script, that's going to be a problem. If you're talking too fast. Mason, what's one of the things that you recognize you had to do?
Talk slower.
Talk slower.
And it was not easy.
How are you doing at talking slower now?
I've been told I'm doing a lot better. People who hear me, they tell me I slowed down a lot. Apparently I was doing 120 when I should have been done at 10.
Okay. So in terms of speed, like he was like 120 miles an hour. And need to be more like at 10 or 20 miles an hour. So what feels really slow and awkward to you is actually where you need to be at, though.
Yeah, I thought I was slowing down. Turns out I was just down to 90. I was nowhere close where I needed to be.
Okay, so getting some perspective. That was another thing, because you're at the dial team, we were able to hear you better and help you make that adjustment. So I think that's a piece where he gets that feedback. And then you get more tense or nervous, and what would your reaction be?
Go faster.
Go faster. That's something that we can have happen, is sometimes our reaction is to hurry up and speed through the response to the objection instead of easing back and not being scared. Like it's just oh my gosh, that's a huge thing. All right. What's an objection that you had today? You texted me about an objection. I forgot what it was.
Oh, we've already gotten that taken care of.
We've already gotten that taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we have a formula for objections. We'll handle a few objections here, but first thing when we talk about handle objection, what do we say?
We agree with them.
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge.
So we say we aim for the appointment.
Yeah.
We acknowledge, then what?
Ignore.
Then we ignore the situation. Then we do what?
And then we move on.
Move forward. Acknowledge, ignore, and move forward. And what's the first word that helps you acknowledge somebody?
Their name.
Their name. So if we're in a script and you just hit me with, oh, Mike, we already got that taken care of.
Mike, I've already got this taken care of. I don't need this anymore.
Hayden, oh my gosh. Well, sounds like you already got this taken care of.
Yeah.
Sounds like you might not need this anymore. Oh, well, shoot, that makes my job a lot easier, Hayden. If you've already got this taken care of, then you probably don't need this information anymore. Now, for some reason, the system's not showing that this is in force on our end. I believe that it is. We just need to probably make sure we can verify your coverage and get this closed out so you're not bothered anymore.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me, what time do you typically get home from work?
Oh, I get home from work late. I get home
What's late?
Like 7 or 8 p.m.
7 or 8 p.m. Well, you know what? I've got an appointment that wraps up at 8 o'clock tomorrow. And this shouldn't take long. I can make this last stop my day. They've got me scheduled to pop over there between about 8:30 and 8:45. If you can have your policy up, we'll go over everything, make sure we report back that this is all in place, and we'll be on our way.
Okay.
Okay. So that's one of the things I did. Now, he might say, no, Mike, he could respond and say, I don't want you to come over at all, and that's fine. But that's how I'm going to at least try to get an audience. Now, if somebody's got something taken care of, why would we book an appointment? What's the reason we'd book an appointment? Somebody's already got something taken care of. They might have bought something, but here's what they might have bought. They might have bought an accident-only policy when they have no idea. They're missing out on real coverage. Number two, they might have a graded death benefit plan when they're healthy enough for an immediate. Acknowledging, using their name, kind of ignoring it, and moving forward, setting the appointment. You're not going to book everyone, but if you can do that. Who's got another objection they've dealt with on the phone, they're trying to work through, trying to get better at? Yes, Mason.
Not interested.
Mason, sounds like you're not interested.
Yeah. I was when I filled it out, but not anymore.
Really? Well, Mason, tell me, what was it you were interested in when you were filling this out?
I was interested in possibly leaving behind something so I don't put a burden on anyone else, but just don't know if I can afford it now.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, Mason, the good thing is I'm not the sales guy. I'm just the information bringer over guy. And so it's my job to bring you this information, go over it with you, and make sure you understand it. And if you're choosing like just to not take it or you're just not be enrolled, that's fine. We'll put that on the note. It's just my job to make sure you understand it. And all I need to know now is typically, when do you get home from work?
Usually around 6, 7 o'clock.
Okay, around 6. So they've got me scheduled to be there tomorrow between 7 and 8. And I just need to make sure that you and Mabel are going to be home during that window of time. so I can get you this information, go over it with you.
Her name's Bev, but yeah.
Beth, okay. All right.
No, I actually had that objection today, and I still booked the appointment.
There we go. All right, good, good. Okay, so again, use their first name, play back what they said. If you will simply say their name, so Vince, it sounds like blah, 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 whatever you just told me. And guess why that's important when I do that? You want to guess why it's important that I say your name and play back what you just told me?
You're acknowledging them, and I call it pattern interrupt. You're just changing what they're expecting.
Yeah, and I get them to say yes, because most of them, they're almost thinking of the next objection they're going to give to me, because they're thinking, I'm not even going to acknowledge the objection. I'm just going to try to overcome the objection. But when I ask them a question and they say yes, because they have to agree, because that's what they just told me. I've now taken control of the conversation. I've said their name, so they're listening. I've stated back and I've asked them, is that right? And like, yeah. And they can't say no to that if they try. Because then they're almost like, oh, no, that's not what I said. Really? Oh, I must be confused. Tell me again what you was trying to tell me. Because I thought you said you wasn't interested. Oh, no, I'm interested. I told them, oh, well, what time do I need to be there? I mean, it's like if they're going to argue with you, then they're arguing in a way that you're winning. So they feel acknowledged and their defenses come down. You ask them a question that they have to say yes to. So they say yes, and now you can set them up for the next question, which is, hey, all I need to do is find out typically when you go home from work. So, because you do take control. And so getting them to say yes. So when you say that, you give them a question they have to say yes to, it's control, and they felt listened to, and you said their name so they feel more liked. Simple things on the phone, but very, very powerful. Okay. Acknowledge, ignore, move forward. Who else has got an objection they've had today or recently that was a challenge? Who else got another one?
I'm broke.
Who? Lexi. Sounds like you're broken. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, listen. I'm not sure if you're going to qualify for any of these plans, but it's just my job to bring this information over with you and show you what these things look like. And I'm just the field underwriter, so I'm not the sales guy. But if you like, I can have the sales guy come over. Okay, so I'll use that sometimes, but I don't know how much I get when I'm broke. I might say, well, I can't afford anything. I said, so here's what I do. If you say if they're more specific, I say, Lexi, sounds like you're worried that I can't afford anything. Am I right? Or did I hear that right? Well, yeah. I said, goodness gracious, what made you think you can't afford it?
My bank account.
Okay, now it might be, okay, so her bank account. Now, sometimes somebody will have that because they got a price from someone else. Okay, that's probably what I'll get more than anything. Or some people are worried about being able just to afford anything, and that's more of a smoke screen. The people who say money's tight, that's more of a smoke screen, and I just plow forward. If they come back and they give me yeah, we talked to somebody already else, and they gave us some numbers, and there's no way we can't afford this. So if I get that, I say, well, Lexi, tell me, how much did I tell you it was going to cost? So, but whatever they say, I say it's $93. Good God, $93 is a lot of money. You know there's better priced options than that, don't you, Lexi? Okay, well, that's why they got your file on my desk. All I need to know right now is typically, when do you get home from work? All right, but I'm going to go right into appointment. I'm going to lock in the time.
I had that same one. It was a mortgage protection one, and the husband answered the phone. He was going through it, and the wife overheard it. He was like, oh, it's the mortgage protection. She said, no. I was like, oh, let's get her on the phone. And so I got her on the phone, and she was like, we can't afford it. I was like, oh, it sounds like one of our people already went out there. I was like, what did they say it cost? She was like $400 to $500 a month. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I don't even know anybody that could afford $400, $500 a month. That's crazy why they even showed you that. But all in all, I did book the appointment with her.
Good job. And so the best salespeople are good actors. And the more you can understand that as you're on the phone, you've only got your voice to make sounds with, but your sounds can bring out emotions. And the more you can agree, you become likable. And then that's the acknowledged part. and then we can ignore it or address it and move on. Okay. Have fun, acknowledge, don't be scared. Here's one. Yes. Okay. Here's a mistake some people make. They're looking for permission to have the appointment. Chris, do you remember back in June we had a conversation about you having trouble booking face-to-face appointments?
Yep.
What was it that you were saying that was causing them to not let you come over to the house?
I was giving them a choice about whether we could do it over the phone or in person.
And what did they all choose?
The phone.
The phone. So what did I tell you?
Don't give them the choice.
But bottom line is like, don't give them the wrong choices. Don't give them be assumptive. Hey, my favorite line is, I first find out, tell me, typically, when do you get home from work? I'm not working. Well, if they are working, they'll tell you. And I always say, well, Sebastian, they've got me scheduled to be there tomorrow at a window of time when they just said they're going to be home. Right? So now I've got a 90% chance of that working. Why would it not work? Well, maybe they say, I got to take Johnny to baseball. Okay. Well, shoot, that's good because I got another family that needed that time. So what time do y'all expect to get back from baseball? Oh, about 8:30. Well, good. Instead of giving y'all the 6:30 slot, I got the Smiths want that 6:30 slot. I'll give you guys the 8:30 to 9:30 slot. We'll get this all wrapped up. So, but again, don't give a choice. Just say, hey, they've got me scheduled to be there. That's my favorite line. David, they've got me scheduled to be there tomorrow between 6 and 7. I didn't say, oh, would it be convenient if I came over at 6 o'clock tomorrow? Would you like to have me into your house? No, we really wouldn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Mike, I couldn't book the appointment. They didn't want me to come over. That's because you gave them a choice. Go ahead, Sherry.
No, I was going to say, what about the objection where they said they don't remember sending anything in?
Okay. That objection, the biggest thing is when they say they don't remember, and that's good when we get that. I think if you're dealing with follow-up leads, I say, Sherry, sounds like you don't remember. Again, acknowledge. Sherry, sounds like you don't remember filling this thing out. Sherry, sounds like you don't remember filling this form. And I said, well, you know what? I think that's why they put this form on my desk, because it looks like it was overlooked and forgotten. And it's my job to make sure you get this information, go over it with you, and make sure you understand it. And all I need to know now is typically, when do you get home from work?
6 o'clock.
So I'll make the excuse the reason. So he says, oh, well, Saturday's family day, or Sunday, whatever day I'm trying to get to. Oh, that's family day. I said, really? Y'all do something special on those days? Well, we just try not to do any other work or having people over. So you know what? Sounds like family is really important to you. Is that right, Sherry? You know, I could tell that before I called you. You know why? Because that's why you sent this letter in, looking to make sure that your family was going to be taken care of no matter what. So tell me, what time do y'all get done with your movies in the afternoon on Saturday?
7.
7. We'll tell you what, I'll be here between 7:30 and 8. We'll get this knocked out, and you'll be happy you did it.
Good.
Yes, Tom?
When you're calling an older lead, do you always use what time you get home from work?
I use that with every lead. I mean, because that's the very back end of when I'm actually securing the appointment. Now, if it's older, as in like they're a senior, like you mean older, like the age of the response or the age of the person?
Age of the person.
Oh, age of the person. Thank you. Okay. So if they sound like they're working or retired, or they're more likely to be retired, I say, hey, Tom, tell me, are you still working or are you retired? That's my preface question. They say, oh, I'm retired. I ain't working. I said, oh, man, that's awesome. I said, I'm stuck here at work. That sucks for me. But I'm glad you're retired. Tell me, Tom, what time are your doctor's appointments tomorrow?
None.
None or 9?
None.
None. Okay. Well, good. Well, listen, they've got me scheduled to be there between 10 and 11. I just need to make sure you and Martha are going to be there in that window of time.